Sweet, creamy, perfect when you're PMSing. I'm Arielle Haspel, nutrition and lifestyle expert. I love healthifying bad food so you can enjoy yourself guilt-free. Get ready to treat yourself. Okay, get ready because I'm about to show you the most delicious afternoon treat, chocolate cherry bark. This treat is filled with antioxidants, potassium, and protein, which will help keep your energy up all day, unlike vending machine chocolate, which is just a sugar crash waiting to happen. Growing up, I hated anything plain, especially plain chocolate. I never knew that chocolate could have nuts and berries in it until I found this recipe. It's like my dream come true. So first we're just gonna melt all the chocolate. Here I'm double boiling it, but you can always just put it in the pan, but just make sure that the chocolate doesn't burn because it will burn really fast. So here we're using dark chocolate, which is full of antioxidants. I always recommend 60 to 70% cacao. It always will say it on the front of the package. It has more chocolate, antioxidants in it than milk or sugar. This is smelling so good. And here we're just mixing it until it's really, really smooth and creamy. All right, so once it's smooth and creamy, you want to take it off of the pan and just be careful, always use mitts because the bowl will be a little bit hot. Then we're gonna add a few more chocolate chips to the bowl, and this just kind of cools down the mixture a little bit, so when we add our other ingredients, everything just mixes together really well. Once we add the chocolate chips, we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla, which adds a touch of goodness and deliciousness to the mixture. And then I'm gonna add the roasted nuts. You can always add raw nuts, especially raw almonds, because raw almonds have a lot of flavor in it anyway, but I love toasted almonds because it really adds a boost of flavor. I've never been a chocolate lover, but this recipe really changed the way that I think about chocolate. And I actually make this recipe a lot when I entertain. I entertain for groups of people, for brunch, for dinner parties, and I'll always make this recipe because it's just so easy to make and it produces a lot. People love chocolate. And I love using dried cherries, especially as an alternative to cranberries, tart and sweet, but yet really, really healthy. And they work so well with chocolate. So if it starts hardening like this, totally normal. You can add just a bit of coconut milk, which is a good alternative to dairy, and it will make it a little creamier. And then once it's all smooth and creamy, you just want to take a baking sheet with a little bit of parchment paper on top. And a trick with the parchment paper is just add a little bit of oil under the parchment paper so the parchment paper doesn't move when you put it on. Pour it into the center, and then you could smooth it out all over the parchment paper. So you're creating a really thin piece of chocolate. All right, it looks good to me. So let's go put this in the fridge. When we take it out of the refrigerator, it's gonna be super crispy and crunchy and perfect to just break off and pop into your mouth. When it's the time of the month and you're totally craving something sweet and crunchy and decadent, this should be your go-to snack instead of rummaging through your coworker's bottom drawer and taking out one of their chocolate bars. What do you eat when you're craving chocolate? Comment below, post a picture, tweet at me, @BeWellWithArielle, #treatyourself.